which golfers, past, present, what ones do you admire and why do you admire them? What ones do you think not so much about?
Well, I've got to be careful. I admire Jack Nicklaus. I think he set a standard for the game in the modern era. The same with Arnold Palmer and Gary Player. These were all the people who projected the game as it is now. They moulded the modern game. In terms of Scottish professionals, then my dad was a great John Panton fan. John Panton was a Ryder Cup player many times. But it's quite interesting. He achieved his greatest victories when he was a senior golfer. He won the World Seniors Championship against Sam Snead, who was a legendary American golfer. But also, what I like about it is the 1970 Open, when he was 55 or something like that. He came 6th or 7th and won his first ever 4-figure check. So, although he was a highly successful golfer, Ryder Cup player, he won his first 4-figure check in 1970 when he came 6th or 7th at the age of 55 in the Open Championship at St Andrews. And why did I like him? Because he exemplified the courtesy and gentlemanly behaviour of golf at its best. You know, in the whole code of golf, you can only cheat yourself. You can't cheat anybody else. You play the ball as it lies. You accept the rulings. You're courteous to your opponent. You desperately want to win, of course. Not want to win.
I play myself. I understand what you're saying.
But
It's really quite competitive, although you don't notice it.
That's right. And I remember when we had Jack Nicklaus talking to some of your fellow pupils at Altaranda, and one of the points he made was that golf is really about life. It's not just about teaching how to play golf. It's about teaching how people how to conduct themselves at its best. I mean, every single one of us will have the occasional tantrum.
Yeah.
Every single one of us will behave sometimes as we shouldn't. But golf is a game where I think it improves people's behaviour, discipline, attitude to life. I was taught to play when I was very small, and I still, if I'm playing, say I was playing a sunny summer's night on my own practice in Inverality in the northeast of Scotland, and I hit the ball into the rough and came across my ball. It was a bad lie. Even I couldn't move it. I would have to play the ball as it lies.
Yes.
Why? Because I hear the voice of my dad saying, "Play the ball as it lies." I literally couldn't move that ball in a better line, because that's not how the game's played. You play the game. That's the importance of golf, and then you learn a bit about other things at the same time.
So obviously you golf yourself. Can you tell us about your handicap and possibly some golfing memories of your own?
I play off 18 now, which is a kind of catch-all handicap. But it's usually the handicap for people who used to be able to play a bit but can't play as well now. So actually playing to 18 is major no bad. But and I might have difficulty instead of playing to 18 now, or scoring at 18 now. But the good thing about being kidding golf, if you let it play, you can still hit the ball. And therefore, it follows that even if you don't play every hole as well as you should, there'll always be one or two holes in a round that you will play well. And therefore, you can always imagine, if only, see that par 4 100 a second, if I just parred every hole, then that would have been 18 par. So you can always comfort yourself in that. So, and golf, there are very few games, of course, where you can play from the age of 4 to 90, or maybe older actually, and still be competitive, because of the handicap system. I was telling you about John Panton. I had the great privilege a few years ago of having lunch with him during the Open at St Andrews. We were sitting together, and by this time he was in his 90s and blind. He could hardly see. And so I said, are you still playing? He'd been professional at Glenbervie in Stirlingshire for many years. And he said, yes. He said, I only play at Glenbervie because I know the course so well. I don't have to be able to see. And remember, he's 90 and blind. And I said, and what are you scoring? He said, oh, not very well. He says, I hardly ever break 75. So there are a few games where you can play from the age of a toddler till the age into your 90s and still be competitive, and that's one of the joys of golf.